Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Indigo Room. Yeah, we're doing a live broadcast on Thursday night. I know I said I was going to be here. Let me put Linda down here for a minute. I know I said I was going to be here every night. However, circumstances beyond my control um, just allowed me to be able to come in tonight. So I did I'm doing a live. Um, uh, by happenstance, basically. And we got Linda in the chat too. Linda's joining us. Hold on a minute. Gary's sending me a message. That's like a minute from now. Yeah, we're live now, Gary. We are live now. Anyway, I wanted to just touch base with you all like I said I was going to. And I know I said I was going to try to do it once every night, but I've been so daggone tired because you people keep ordering stuff from Amazon. So I decided to do a really quick one tonight because I went to sleep last night as I was drifting off to sleep, because we love Neville Goddard. As I was drifting off to sleep last night, I started thinking about living in the end and imagining the end. And yes, we are dealing with the coronavirus. And if you are in New York State or in New York City, you know that it has exploded here exponentially. I mean, it is crazy. The numbers are crazy. And has exploded in the United States, whereas now we are actually, I think we have surpassed China in the amount of cases that we have. So that can be a little disconcerting for a lot of people. It was disconcerting for me. And I figured it's probably disconcerting for you all as well. And anyway, as I was drifting off to sleep last night, I was remembering when the exercise, I Remember When, by Neville Goddard, and through Neville Goddard. And hi, Barb. Barb's in the house. And living in the end. And we have often done this exercise, living in the end, with Neville Goddard, by Neville Goddard, from Neville Goddard, through Neville Goddard. And a lot of times it has worked for a lot of us, using that exercise. So I thought I would encourage you all to at least do that as you drift off to sleep, instead of being in the panic and fear, or the fear and then, it manifesting into panic. That, hey, Funky 00, Delicia's in the house, Barb's in the house, Linda's in the house. Linda's coming back in a minute. But this is a wonderful tool that we could use right now, right? Everything's wiki-wacky. It feels wiki-wacky. It looks wiki-wacky. Shoot, it is wiki-wacky. People are leaving the planet, due to the coronavirus. And hey, Wanda's in the. Oh my God, Wanda, my beautiful sister Wanda, who's an emergency room nurse, works in the emergency room, and we just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you are doing, and your hospital staff, and all of you who are working really hard to help people. And we love you, and we send you so much love and so much light and health and well-being. So what I wanted to share with you all tonight is living in the end. We all know how to do that in the Indigo Room, or at least the majority of us do. And we have used this exercise for so many things, so many times, right? As I was drifting off to sleep last night, it occurred to me that why not all of us use this exercise to create and imagine the reality that we would like to be in. I know that New York is going through it. You know, I went to volunteer last night. I'm a woman of a certain age. You know, I don't tell you my age. It's none of your business. But I do have some healthcare background. I have worked in the healthcare field many years. That was many years ago. And I said, you know, I just want to go volunteer. I want to help in any way that I can. And, you know, I feel like I want to run into the battlefield of Corona. I'm not afraid. I really am not. I am disconcerted about it, but I'm not afraid. So there's no panic for me. Okay, let's say I have a little bit of fear, but I'm not panicked. And I thought, you know, well, I'm going to volunteer on my days off. I am tired, but so are the nurses and doctors and the hospital staff. They're tired too. So are the EMTs and New York Fire Department. I have my FDNY hat on today in New York. I love New York hat because I love New York. And I really just wanted to get out there and help any way I can. And because of my age, they were like, no, you cannot stay home. Well, I'm not staying home anyway. So if I'm not staying home anyway, at least let me volunteer at least one day out of the week, you know. So I signed up anyway. I can't do the healthcare thing. That's fine. But I signed up anyway to do whatever I can, however I can, whatever I can do to help New York ride this wave and get over this wave. Because we're the ones that are now the epicenter and we're ahead of everybody else in the country. And our numbers are rising and increasing. And a hospital in Elmhurst Hospital. I was born in Flushing, Queens, and this hospital is not too far away from that hospital. And I've lived in Flushing, Queens as an adult as well. And it's not that far away. And they had 13 deaths yesterday. And the lines outside of that hospital are just ridiculous. And of course, you know, we're told don't come to the hospital unless you've had symptoms for like 4 days or whatever. And some of those people died online. They died while waiting online to be tested. And I can't sit with that. You know, it's just unnecessary. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not putting the blame anywhere. Although I have had no thoughts about that. Yeah, I got my kimono on that my son sent me from Japan, but that just made me feel in a way. You know, I feel for those families and their friends. And I've had a couple of friends who also have lost friends, like people that I know have lost people that they know due to coronavirus. I haven't lost anyone due to coronavirus, but I do have friends who have. So it is real here in New York. And I'm still working. I'm still going to work. I'm still slinging boxes. Well, actually, I'm not slinging boxes as of today. I got a different position. And I think that's because of all the love and light that you guys have sent to the Amazon facility. It was a wonderful thing that I got picked up and moved to a different position today where I have my own little space. I have my desk. I'm still standing 10 hours, but I have my desk, got my own computer. I'm doing a different position. I'm not slinging boxes. So hopefully I'll be in that position for as long as I'm still working. Some of you may have heard, as Barb heard, that we do have, it's been all over the news. So I'm not, you know, saying anything out of turn, out of pocket. We have had several cases in New York facilities, in mine in particular. But I am gloved up, double gloved. I am masked up. I wear my I don't have my goggles on right now, but I wear my goggles. I got my hand sanitizer. I have my mask on all day long, even though sometimes, boy, I can't breathe with that sucker on. It feels like I'm suffocating, but not really, but it just feels that way. And I'm in it. I'm in it, and we're in it. We're in it. This is it. This is what's happening here in New York City. And if you are listening to me from New York or any place where your local government, your state government, your city government is not doing the self-isolation, and they tell you that this is not a big deal, please do not believe them. It is. It is a big deal. I'm going to give a shout out to Governor Cuomo and Mayor de Blasio, who, it doesn't even matter if you like them or you don't like them. The way that they are handling this in New York City and New York State is phenomenal to me. And I love the updates that we get from Mayor Cuomo every day, Mayor de Blasio. Sometimes it's sad and disheartening, because we all have to do this whole social distancing thing, literally, like stay home. If you have grandparents, if you have people that you love, stay home unless you're an essential worker like myself. Stay home. There's no reason for you to be out and about. You can take a little walk, but keep your distance from others and stop shedding and spreading and spreading this virus. The good news, New Rochelle did have a little bit of a slower rate, which shows that this is working. So again, if your state and your city is not doing that, demand that they do so. If you look at Wuhan, China, they are just now starting to come out of it. I mean, like, not everybody. They're doing it in waves, and they're testing folks, and it's still taking temperatures, and still asking you to wear masks, everyone. So this virus, even though people keep saying it's just the flu, it's not the flu. Think about this. If your child gets it, they have to be quarantined without you. You can't go. Hospital's not going to let you go. They're going to take your child and they're going to quarantine the child and help the child get better. If your husband or your wife gets sick, or your girlfriend or your boyfriend gets corona, they are going to the hospital without you. You can't come and visit. You can't bring them flowers. You can't bring them cookies and cakes and sit there and console them. They're there in the hospital without you. Or reverse, it's you in the hospital without your kids. So, when people say to you, well, I don't see what the big deal is, it is a big deal. If the FDNY here in New York, which some of them have, start to fall to the virus, they have to get treated. That means they have to go in the hospital. They have to be out of work. Policemen, police people, police women have to be out of work. Your mail might not get delivered because people have to be out of work, because us in our selfishness in the United States decide, I could do what I want. This is America. I could go where I want and I could do what I want. Yeah, for the most part, but not right now. If you stay at home, it will not last that long. That's something you can physically do. And then we're going to talk about what you can do in your imagination. Okay? So trust me when I say to you, right now there's sirens going on out my window. I can't tell you the last time that I've heard as many sirens as I've heard on Staten Island these past couple of days. It is incredible, the amount. And our numbers on Staten Island are rising increasingly and going up. So if it hasn't come to your city yet, if it hasn't come to your state yet, and you're wondering what all the hullabaloo is about, then go outside. You'll find out. I don't want you to find out the hard way, but you will find out. All right. So let me see what's going on over here. We're going to bring Linda out. I love you guys. I can't be on here long because I need to go to bed. Hey, Linda.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Sydney.
Hi, hi, hi.
Hi, hi,
Okay.
hi.
So who's in here? Thank you guys for your energy. Thank you, Wanda, for your energy. We're going to see what Wanda's talking about because I know she's doing a lot of stuff over there in those in the hospital where she is. Hey, Gary. When Barb says, so cool. Neville had the answers. I did remember when the other night, same subject, helpful. Yes, yes. We just all have to remember that we have tools and to use those tools. Wanda says, I have been going back to Joe Dispenza Neville this weekend because it has become so overwhelming. I'm sure it has. I'm trying not to tear up, because I get very emotional when I see so many people hurting. And as an empath, as an indigo, I just want to go out and hug everybody and, tell them it's going to be all right. But I can't do the hugging. Can't hug anybody right now because I'm a hugger. You all know I'm a hugger. And I do want to do that. And right now I can't. So I'm giving virtual hugs to you all. Jazz hands. Jazz hands. Everybody do jazz hands. I can see you in my view. Oh my God. Yes, Wanda said so much better. Wait, hold on. I have been, all right. Me too, so much better than the news nonstop. It is so much better than the news nonstop. Wanda says so much better. We cannot forget what we know. We have to pray for the world collectively for the eradication of this virus. Exactly. And, that is indicative of the shirt, the Indigo Room shirt that says, we all are one, love for all, hatred for none. You can't have hatred. I saw a post the other day talking about people, the Chinese government. We should blame the Chinese government. We should blame China. We should blame the Chinese. Come on now. That's not helpful. It started there, but they didn't do it to you on purpose. And Sydney, Governor Cuomo and de Blasio are awesome. Awesome. They are. They are. Barb said, Wisconsin is essential workers like you only, and Wanda. Barb says, a 14-year-old nephew probably has it. Just learned today, sore throat, cough, not being tested yet, being watched at home while he hopefully recovers. He has a twin brother and 2 other brothers. Oh, my goodness. We are definitely going to imagine him healthy because kids get it too. And, everybody thinks, oh, I'm young, I'm not going to get it. That's not true. There's so much misinformation, and people are watching our person in the White House, who's running things, and he's giving out misinformation. So we're going to send love and light out to your family members, your nephew. Wanda says, we are not allowing anyone in the hospital unless they are hospital workers. Exactly. So if you get sick, this is what would make me stay. If I was the type of person that was like, I'm just going to do what I want because this is America and I get to do what I want. I would have to think about if I have children, I'm going to be in the hospital and who's going to be home taking care of my kids or my dog or my pets. Maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you have a pet. Who's going to be home watch? Okay, maybe you don't even have that. Who's going to be home taking care of your stuff? Nobody. Because you're going to be in the hospital. And if you're not in the hospital, somebody you love is going to be in the hospital and you can't get to them. They're not allowing you in the hospital, people. You can't go visit your loved ones who might get sick. That alone should keep you in the house. Just that alone. It's everywhere right now. It is. However, Louisiana and New York City are neck and neck. Louisiana is catching up to New York. I don't know. I think that's because of Mardi Gras.
Yeah, that's part of it. The other thing they're doing is because of all the rats and all the restaurants being closed, they're moving the homeless into hotels because um, they want to avoid having um, a bubonic
Huntavirus.
plague. No, bubonic plague from the rats.
They also are
So
carriers of the Huntavirus too, which
yeah,
is
yeah, but
just as stressful.
yeah, the history of New Orleans has been because they have a major epidemic about once every 10. So what was it? Every
Turn of the
turn of the
century.
century. Yeah,
Mm.
and it's really devastating. So yeah, they just started moving. They have about 2,000 homeless, Dr. Jeanette said, and they moved them into hotels because they don't want to have this secondary health issue for everybody. And they're killing the rats like crazy, but
Well, there you go. Now, if they're moving them into hotels now, why couldn't they move them into hotels last year?
last year because they still had tourism. I mean,
I'm just
New
saying.
Orleans is
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
or
No, I
find
get it.
places for them to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It took an
Um,
epidemic for us to be able to be mindful of all of the people who
right.
need assistance.
Yeah. I also wanted to say that apparently when I was listening to the broadcast of our president and all the doctors and stuff, um, it's not mandatory that states report to the CDC. Only 19 states are reporting to the CDC.
I know. I
And
saw that
that
as well.
I went, what? What? And then I've been waiting, and they now have one case in the county that I live in that has been reported, and that was yesterday. So,
Wow. And that's all it takes is one. We had
right.
one in New Rochelle. One.
One. Mm-hmm. Yep.
One man, one lawyer who was asymptomatic, did not know he had the virus, and went on about his daily life. And,
Mm-hmm.
like you can't blame him. He didn't know. He didn't know he was sick. He didn't
Yeah.
feel sick. He didn't show any symptoms. And he went out and did his everyday life, which is what a lot of people do. They go, well, I'm not sick. I don't have it. How do you know if you didn't get tested? How do you
Yeah.
know? Who told you? So you're out and about, hanging out with your friends, going to bars and restaurants, going to the movie theater, riding the subway, going to the library, touching books, or reading and talking and spitting, unintentionally, not like you're just going hock a Louie, loogie. You just are being your natural self.
Mm-hmm.
And then lo and behold, you start feeling some kind of way. And you start feeling sick. And then you realize, oh my God, could I possibly have corona? And because we're under the assumption that you should only go, you have to show symptoms first. Whereas 14 days, you were asymptomatic, shedding the virus, spreading it around, close quarters, at your law office, at your business office, at your Dairy Queen, at your Stop and Shop, at your Joann's, at your whatever. And you have infected a numerous amount of people. But now you're sick. Now you're showing symptoms. And now we have the dubious task of trying to backtrack every place that there goes the fire engines and the sirens again. I know this is New York City, but this is abnormal for Staten Island. Abnormal. And anyway, you are, you know, now just finding out, okay, I'm sick. And trust me, it's not like the flu where you have 7 days and maybe 2 weeks and you're better. No, some people spend more than 14 days to heal. So it's not just you get over the flu. And the flu, you're contagious when you're symptomatic. You're not contagious when you're necessarily you're contagious when you're not showing symptoms with the coronavirus, COVID-19. With the flu, everybody goes, oh, whoa, stay away from me. But now you can't tell. So you have to be under the assumption that everybody you know, everybody you talk to, everybody that you have interactions with, you have to be under the assumption that they have COVID-19. Yeah. They look healthy, they look great. Yeah. You just have to be under the assumption. I could have it right now. Thank goodness it's virtual, that I can't give you anything. But I could. So could you. That's the whole point. So trust me. That's groceries, pharmacies open, no salons, no bars, which makes some people really angry. Selfishness and ignorance abound. Yep, it surely does.
It's amazing. It's like, oh, my kids are driving me crazy, or I'm having problems with them schooling, making sure they do their school stuff at home. And it's like, they're your children. And yeah, okay, maybe they get on your nerves a little bit, but then, you're the parent.
Right.
Knock it off. You tell them to knock it off or go to their rooms or, it's like I'm listening to these people and it's like, why are you being a victim?
Exactly.
There's this victim mentality, oh, and it's like, no, you're not a victim. You're just playing the victim card, and if you need help from your spouse, then damn it, tell him to get off his ass and help you out.
Relax.
I just don't, I'm just going, what? And then they're talk then it's like, oh yeah, now is a good time to clean my closets and reorganize the house. And it's like, your children are home all day long. You've got more mess. You can't clean the house and keep it clean necessarily. They're making messes. You got to feed them. You're feeding them at lunchtime, so there are more dishes. There's all this other work. Why are you trying to do all this other stuff? It's like, it isn't time for you to do that. That's the last thing you want to do, is lower your immune system by wearing yourself out.
Exactly.
Think it through,
And that's why I'm here. That's why I wanted to come on tonight and just encourage you all to use your Neville Goddard tools, use, some of your tools that are in your toolbox. The I Remember When is a perfect one to use right now. And Living in the End is also a perfect one to use right now, because if you can get into your imagination and create within your imagination a scenario that would indicate that all is well, and you can step out of your house, you obviously, I would use that, you stepping out of your house, taking a breath, or hearing the news that the virus has dissipated and the wave is lessened and people are going back to work. I don't know if that's going to happen by Easter, but if that's what you believe and you want to make Easter your target date, what would you be thinking and what would you be feeling at Easter time when this virus is gone? I personally wouldn't be imagining me sitting up in a church with a whole lot of people because my mind ain't there yet, but I would imagine me going to a place in my imagination that is someplace that I love, that I would want to go to, that is free and clear. I'm enjoying the beach. I'm enjoying the fact that the virus is over. I'm enjoying the fact that we got an all clear, that all is well. And I would imagine, close my eyes, and make it as real as possible, and feel the sand underneath my feet and feel the wind blowing against my face. Literally, what does that feel like? And if it's not the sand, maybe you want to go to, I don't know, someplace else. Maybe you want to go to Istanbul. I don't know where you want to go. Only you do. But that can be our reality if we all, it's going to be my reality because that's what I'm doing, right? But if we all collectively do that here in the Indigo Room, we can do it for ourselves and it becomes the reality for everybody else. Eventually, they'll get on board or they won't. But you will have the wonderful experience, and it's not going to, happen overnight. You're not going to feel this way overnight, like tomorrow, and then you wake up and, oh, good, it's a miracle. The coronavirus is gone. That's not what's going to happen, because a lot of people are in that reality and they're living that reality every day. And I touch base with that reality every day, and then I come back to the one I want. And then I touch base. So, we're all human, and you're going to feel wicky-wacky about a lot of things regarding this time that we're living in, the time of Corona. You are going to experience a lot of things. You're going to see a lot of things that you don't like. But I implore you, as you drift off to sleep each night as best that you can, not by my yardstick, not by Linda's yardstick, not by Wanda's yardstick, not by Joe Dispenza's yardstick, and not by Neville's yardstick, by yours. If it means that you can do this much, then that's what you do. All you can do is all you can do, but all you can do is enough.
So true. So don't beat yourself up if you can't volunteer or you can't, sew masks, or you can't shop for your neighbor or something. Just if it, don't beat yourself up about it. You can still radiate light and love and send that to every person the entire planet, and that will help.
Just think about me today. I got a new position.
Yeah.
At my job at Amazon. You know me, I'm slinging boxes. I told y'all I'm slinging boxes every day. Woo! Sometimes some of them boxes are really heavy, and I don't know what you all are ordering. Again,
Food.
I don't know. What did you say?
Food. They're ordering food.
Okay, some of it is not food, Linda. Some of it is not food.
Food and electronics.
Some of it are bricks. All right? That's all I know. I looked at a box today, and there were like cinder blocks in there. I was like, really?
Oh, really? My God.
That's what you need? In the time of Corona? What are you building? But the new position that I'm in allows me to be away from the fray of slinging boxes, which I'm very thankful for, because where I usually work and, on the line and stuff, because of what's happening right now, I'm feeling a little claustrophobic because you're standing too close to me. All right. You need to back off. sling a box down at the other football field, not mine. I need a football field away from you right now. So out of the seemingly blue, I was asked to do something different today. I was like, what? Yes. Would you like to do this position? And I said, yes, I would. Thank you very much. And I got moved to my own little spot, my own little corner. I'm not in the fray of the slinging box, the box slingers. Because we got a new army of box slingers. They don't understand the whole, stand 6 feet away from you protocol. They're just like right on top of you because, like they want to do a good job. Just move away from me. And they moved me away. Away. I still have all my gear on, but I'm out of the fray, which is a wonderful thing. And I thank all of you who sent love and light to all the Amazon facilities around the globe because it affected me. Thank you very much. So now I got a new spot. I'm very happy. So
Yay!
Woohoo! I still have to go in there and, deal with all the other nonsense that I have to deal with. But, at least I'm in a new, I have my own little spot. I got my own desk. I don't sit down. I still stand for 10 hours, but it's all away from the nonsense. The young ones who think they're invincible and they don't need to wear a mask and gloves and, talk like right here. Hi, Miss Sydney. Look, listen, why are you so close to me? Back up, son. You can say what you have to say to me over there. I can hear you. Oh my God. So yeah, I don't have to deal with that anymore. I'm good. I'm happy. But definitely there's a lot we can do that way, Linda. Yes. Barb says practice makes perfect. Neville tonight for me. And Neville is on YouTube. You can go and just look up Living in the End and listen to him speak as you drift off to sleep and practice the scenario that you would like to experience. Go to the end of what this pandemic would be like for you and others. We're strong enough in the Indigo Room now that I feel we can do it for humanity. It doesn't just have to be for yourself. Because we've been doing it for ourselves for a long time. We've been on the Indigo Room. We've been doing this over 12 years. You are strong enough, stronger than you know. You are better than you know and stronger than you believe. And I believe in all of you. And I believe that you have the ability to imagine a better scenario for the rest of us. Like I said, Festivus for the rest of us. You can imagine Festivus for the rest of us. You have the ability to do that. Trust me when I say that. So this is the time for you. You're at the right time. If you wasn't supposed to be here at this time, you wouldn't be here right now. You'd be gone. So this is the time, this is the moment for you to get into your imagination and get busy and do your work and use those tools. And don't get mad at yourself if you didn't do it tonight and you fell off and you went to sleep. Do it tomorrow. Just keep trying. As Barb said, practice makes perfect. As Linda said, practice makes perfect. So I believe in all of you. I trust you. Thank you, everybody. Everybody said congratulations. Thank you. It's not an increase in pay. It's just a shift of position. Wanda said, here in Wisconsin, they still need booze at most grocery stores here in Wisconsin. Just no more sitting in bars to drink. Oh, you said they closed.
Oh, it sounded like they closed all the liquor stores before.
One of the issues that arose today, they closed state-run liquor stores, which brought in a lot of patients who are alcoholic with DTs. Wow. Well, they didn't think of that through. They didn't close the liquor stores here in, Maryland. Is Maryland? No, that's Delaware. Which is the, that's DC. Because they did that in Pennsylvania as well. In Pennsylvania, they closed all the state-run liquor stores also. And that was a shocker for many people. But here in New York City, they kept all the liquor stores open. It is essential. It's essential. It's an essential retail store. I don't know what their thinking was behind that. I don't know if it's about the revenue or if it's about the health of people who are alcoholics. I'm not sure. I'm just glad they did because, you know, it allowed me to have a little libations on some stressful nights. And I'm not mad about that. I am sorry that people are having the DTs. I'm moving to Wisconsin. I know some places they sell liquor at the gas stations.
Yeah.
Yeah, not here. They're not having that here. New York. We have to go to the liquor store. But Pennsylvania, like when I was upstate in Pennsylvania, I don't know about like downstate. I think a lot of there are some liquor stores downstate that are run by private people. I'm not sure. But upstate, you know, up Wilkes-Barre, up in the mountains and all that, state-run liquor stores shut down. That's the end. I know people were riding out of there as soon as that announcement was made.
Yeah, we don't have state-run liquor stores in Oregon or California or Arizona.
New York doesn't either. Yeah, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut don't either. Thank goodness. Gary said, what did Gary say? It's about soothing the nerves. Exactly. Some days I just need to I'm not gonna lie, I need a sip of wine just to calm down.
Yep.
And chill out. And I need a glass of wine and I'm good. Not in Oregon, but I can get the weed at almost any corner. What, in Oregon they shut? No, Linda's in Oregon. They don't shut that. Right.
We don't have state-run liquor stores.
Right. Yep, Wisconsin or at least BA. Not sure since I was by. Yeah, Cleopatra. So how are you all doing, by the way? Is everybody sheltered in? You feeling? I know you might be feeling a little claustrophobic, or hopefully not. How are you all doing? I'm touching my face, but I had hand sanitizer on and I washed my hands. So I'm home. I can touch my face and put my finger in my mouth like I normally would. I can't do that at work. I put a mask on. I can't. Just saying, anybody that comes on here later and says, you know, Sydney, you're touching your face. I wash my hands and I'm home. So.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I went out to pick up a few things day before yesterday, and the stores are pretty empty, but it was still amazing that people weren't aware of other people around them at all. It's like, yeah, I'm standing here with my grocery cart, giving you 6 feet, and you're standing there looking like you're in a daze. And it's like, okay, I guess I'll back up and go down another aisle. You know, it's, and nobody here is wearing, I have seen nobody wearing face masks at all. I'm the only one that I've seen, except when I went to one grocery store in Wellport, the clerk, she had her mask on and she had gloves on, and that's the way she was going to work. And I said, good for you. She says, I don't, I want to do as much to protect myself. I have to work, but I want to do as much to protect myself as I can. None of the other employees in the store had any kind of, I'm just going.
Well, that is also too, because I know that
you'd think they'd at least want to wear gloves.
Yeah, the gloves I can get. Gloves you should be wearing. But a lot of places just didn't prepare for masks, and now it's so hard to find them anywhere.
Right.
But you can make your own. There are things that you can do, to mitigate the whole touching your face and, spewing your germs out to everybody else. And if you're mindful, it's really quite simple to do. Just go online and look up how to make a mask for yourself. It's
Yeah,
really not
there's
that difficult. One of my
two.
coworkers hand sewed her own mask today. She came to work. She had her mask on. Thank you.
Yep. There's two major patterns out there. Plenty of instructions. They're not hard to make.
Exactly. Okay, Wanda says she has to go. I have to see a patient, but let's collectively pray every day at 12 for the go to the end for the eradication of the virus. Let's do that.
All right. Hey.
I agree. Let's do that. Thank you, Wanda. So, everyone collectively at 12 o'clock, wherever you are, because it's 12 o'clock at least twice a day, for the go to the end for the eradication of the virus. So use your go to the end. I can't do it at 12 o'clock because I'm working, but I could do it at midnight if I'm awake. I'm going to try to do it at 11. But go to the end, use the go to the end Neville technique for the eradication of the virus. What would it feel like? What would it look like? What would you be thinking, saying, being, doing in those moments where you're imagining that this is over, that this is done? And I remember when there was a pandemic. Because if I'm remembering when there was a pandemic, that means that right now there is not a pandemic happening. Because I can't be remembering something that already transpired if it's still transpiring. That's where the I remember when technique comes into play. So it's really a great way to play around with it and get it played. Keep playing around with it. You got nothing but time right now. You don't have to go to work. You got nothing but time. So play around in your imagination. I remember when there was a pandemic. What would you be feeling like? Would you be feeling relief? Would you be feeling joy? Would you be feeling happiness? Would you be feeling health? Would you talk to a friend or neighbor and say to them, remember when we had to go through that? So if you're remembering that now, that means that at some point that will be your experience. You can look up the I remember when technique here in the Indigo Room. If you're new to the Indigo Room, if you've never heard about that technique before, you can look up the different techniques, the Neville Goddard techniques that we use here in the Indigo Room. And again, go into your imagination and get to the end part. I do have to get to the end, which is my bed. But I do want to say that Barb said she's feeling good. She walked almost 9 miles yesterday. Woo! You go, girl. On our really sunny and mild day, lots of folks out, most being smart and keeping distance. That's awesome. That's good because that's important. And Gary said, I've seen a few masks on in Portland. A few? Man, you better tell these people to get busy and get busy on your sewing machine and start handing them out on the corner. Instead of giving out hugs, hand out masks. My local store, they're sanitizing the card readers at the checkout so much they have been breaking with the moisture. Wow. Hey, listen, everybody has to do their part. Everyone has to do their part. So I love you all. Linda, do you have something else you want to add?
Nope, just I love you all and please be safe and take care of yourself and your families.
Oh, and Linda, show your hat. Look at that hat Linda knitted. Look at it. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute? I love that hat. I need that hat in my life. I love it. I love it. I love New York. I love you. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Stay in your imagination. Get busy doing the work. You guys are strong. spiritual beings, and I know that there's some wonderful things that are going to start happening because of you and what you do. So remember who you are. Remember that you're source energy right here in a physical body. You can be, do, and have anything that you desire. Remember, it's not being extraordinary that makes you unique. It is your uniqueness that makes you extraordinary. I will try to pop back in here again. I don't know when, because we are under the gun over here at Amazon. We are working. I'm on my, I don't know. What I can't even tell. What day is it? Today's Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on my third 10-hour day. I got 2 more to go. And then I can take a break and then start back again. So I love you guys. Love you, Linda.
Love you. Bye-bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye. Gotta go to bed. Have a great night. Sleep well and be safe. And stay away from people. Bye.